Hello, this is John Locke, and today I want to talk about something that a lot of people have been talking about recently, and that is EAT, or expertise, authority, and trustworthiness. And specifically, I want to talk about how EAT really breaks down in the real world, how it shakes down, how it plays out, versus some of the things that you might have heard. Now, the reason why I'm making this video is I've heard it from more than a handful of people that EAT, the expertise, authority, and trust, and especially when it comes to your money or your life sites, which would be health and finance, I've heard a lot of people offering advice like add author bio boxes, have like a page for that author, and reference like who they are and what they've done, and all sorts of this. And I'm going to offer a couple of reasons why reducing EAT, reducing EAT to author bio boxes is very simplistic, and there's a little bit more to it, and I want to explain what I mean. Now, unbeknownst to a lot of people, I do actually have a couple of people in the health space that are clients. Now, some I do SEO for, some I don't, but I've been able to observe some patterns of what happens in the real world when it comes to this. And also I'm gonna put in the show notes a card like right here later in post production about another video I did where he answered this question, this same question from Reddit SEO about your money or your life sites. And what they did, they specifically got they were a dental site. They were selling orthodontic equipment, like dental equipment, and they specifically got people with expertise like DDS dentists, but they did not win, they did not gain, they were still losing in the search engine results, and there's a reason for that, and I'm going to go into that right now. Now, when people reduce the EAT to author bio boxes, I just want you to remember a couple things. Remember Google Authorship? Google Authorship, yes. Do you remember that? This is when I was first coming into the web, about 2011, 2012, this was the thing. And at that time, we were creating a Google Plus page for a person, like a doctor or a dentist or a physician. And you were hooking it up to places that they published. And then there was kind of like a three-way thing that you did where the authorship markup pointed at the Google Plus page, and the Google Plus page pointed at the website. Yeah, I can't remember all of it, but it's basically like a three-way coordination to tell people like, hey, this is the author of this page. And author bio boxes have actually been on the web for quite a long time. So why would it make a big difference now? And I'm going to say that there's a reason why I don't think, beyond the obvious, that there are sites with no author bio boxes that do just fine. And I'll give some examples and why I don't think that's the case. Because if, let's say that I was a healthcare company or whatever, let's say I'm selling healthcare products or I'm selling healthcare services, and I want to publish something, but I want to publish it under somebody else's name because they have more expertise. They are an expert, they're a doctor, they're a physician, or whatever it is. What is stopping me from just taking somebody's credentials off of LinkedIn and creating an author bio? There's nothing stopping me. There's nothing stopping people from doing that now, which is why I don't think Google looks at it as like author bio boxes, as that. But it's a little bit of an incomplete story. So in the example that I linked to before, these people hired like doctors and dentists, but it did not translate into rankings. They had really, they paid people to write content, like high quality content, and they had the expertise. The problem is the website itself did not have the expertise. And if you go back to that video, you'll notice that some of the things that they were trying to rank for were informational terms. They were trying to draw down traffic. But what was ranking was stuff like Crest, Oral-B, WebMD, all these different established sites that had a long history of creating original researched content that had been determined to be trustworthy because of who they are. They had domain expertise in that, and that's what you need to be creating for your site. And so I think expertise, when it comes down to it, is more than just having a author bio box, or more than just putting some logos on your site, because look at SEOs, they just do that all the time. They put like logos on their site. It doesn't really mean anything. But what you have to have is an article or a page that is going to be referenced and linked to by other websites. That gives it authority. The links from other websites in the same field give it authority. You follow what I'm saying here? The one thing that I've noticed with the health clients that I do have, what seems to give a boost is if they have a profile or some sort of bio on a local hospital site, not on necessarily on their own site, but if they have bios and they have those sorts of materials on other sites that are above reproach, like a local hospital or a local health network, those sorts of things seem to give a boost to their site. Now, it's not necessarily that, now these don't necessarily link back to their site, but it shows like, hey, this other organization trusts them enough to give them access to their facilities. That seems to make a difference. The other thing that I would say too is if you can have other sites within your local area, if that's what you're trying to do, if you're trying to rank for local services, having other people link to you in some way. And I know some people do this. They'll say, here's other people that we recommend for other things within this health thing that we do. Here's some of our friends that don't do what we do. That might be beneficial to you. So when it comes down to trustworthiness, with health, yeah, I mean, the website, if the website looks good, that's great. If you have logos like saying, here's our affiliations, I mean, I guess that's okay, but that's really more for human users. And when it comes down to logo placement, like here's our trust signals, here's our logos, it doesn't really matter that much if those entities don't mention you on their site. That's really what matters. It has to be something that Google has gone to those other websites and either sees a bio page for you, or there's some sort of link between the physician, the doctor, the nurse, the dentist, or whatever, and this other more trustworthy, above reproach organization. The logos are just kind of after the fact, an artifact that's there for human eyes only. So last thing, expertise, domain expertise. When it comes down to this, like I mentioned in that other video, your website has to have a track record of expertise with this. And it doesn't just mean like, here's our services, but if you have some original thought on it, if you have a lot of good reviews, that's going to go into the trustworthiness part of it. But the expertise part, are other people using your thoughts, your content? Are you appearing other places? Those mentions of your name, those links back to your site from other places really does seem to make a difference. So those are the things that I would be looking for. And when it comes to your domain, whether you're selling health products, you're not going to outrank something that's been around for 50 or 60 years unless you start doing the same things. But if you're providing services, it pays to be part of the local network of hospitals and health facilities. That's going to make a bigger difference when it comes to expertise, authority, and trustworthiness. The author bio box, to sum up, the author bio box is it's a little tiny thing. It's not a big thing. It's something that's easy. It could easily be replicated, such as like just taking somebody's bio from a LinkedIn page, and that's why I don't think that it's a big factor as far as that. I think it's more your actual real mentions from other sites that you do not control that are going to play into the expertise and authority and trustworthiness when it comes to health. Same thing goes for finance. Finance, and I'll say this too, health, finance, dentistry, doctors, anything to do with that, insurance. These are some of the toughest things to rank in a local market because there are regulations about the types of content that you can produce, and there's a lot of things that are not dependent, I should say, that are not within your control as far as that. But I would say, you know, being visible, putting stuff out there, having workshops, publishing original content, what you can, what is not regulated, but giving some general advice that might get cited somewhere by another site. These are things that I would pursue and start making a track record of that on your site. Don't just have it be a landing page for your services alone. There's other things that you can do to improve your chances. An author bio box, that's nice, but it's not EAT. At least not what I've seen through my own experiences with clients in the healthcare space. Well, anyway, this is John Locke. My business is Lockdown Design and SEO, and primarily we help industrial and manufacturing firms with their SEO, helping them get more RFQs, and we're here publishing videos every single day. I would love to see you subscribe. That's all I got for now. If you have a question, put it in the comments below. I'll answer it out later. Till next time, peace.